And I call this theory victims of education. And this is what you are if you're a victim of education. You go to school, you go to high school, you get good grades, you work inside of a group, they teach you how to go through the process, you memorize stuff, you get your A, you move on. They don't really teach you the theory behind why you're learning this. They just have you memorize it. And then once you get out of high school, that's it. You either have two choices. You can go to college or you can get a job and start in the occupation world. If you're really smart, you blend the two.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're really lucky, your parents can afford it and you're not having some side job to try and get it done. So you go to college and then they teach you how to think in groups, how to memorize stuff, not teaching you the basics and the theory and the sound common sense behind why we do it this way. They just teach it to you, ask you to memorize it. Then you pop out of college and you go, okay, I have this degree. You're all excited. You have this degree in your hands, but you have no life experience. So they're like, yeah, you're on the same level as that kid flipping burgers who's 16 years old.
Right.
So you have to start to think, oh, I don't want to do that. I have a degree. I've made myself.
Yeah.
So the colleges go, hey, by the way, if you don't ready for the real world, come back in and get your master's degree. Hide inside of our security blanket bubble and we'll be okay. And you go, oh, that seems nice. And you go back inside your bubble and you get your master's degree. And then you pop out with your master's degree, which no one told you you're now overqualified for 90% of the jobs that are out there.
Right.
You should have got your master's degree with that for 4 or 5 years of experience, but no one tells you that.
Yeah.
And so now you pop out your master's degree, you have no experience, and you're like, I don't know what to do. And everybody looks at your resume and goes, you're overqualified. You're going to want some crazy salary. I'm sorry. I'm sure you need a crazy salary to pay for all that student debt you just incurred.
Yeah.
And so the colleges, they go, hey, by the way, you want to come back inside the bubble and teach other kids? We need teachers. Come on back in. They go, I really like that bubble. I'd like to go back inside the bubble. In this circle of hell, what I call it a circle of hell, of these teachers going through the system and then turning around and teaching, they're all teaching theory. They're not teaching real world applications because they have no idea what the real world application is. You know, I went so far as I went to a JC college and I had a teacher, and at the time I was lazy. I will give it that. I was being lazy, and I took a public speaking course. Well, I could do public speaking in my sleep, so I knew that was going to be an easy A. So all the people that were in that class were struggling, and I walked up, no notes in hand, gave a 5-minute presentation, sat back down. Everybody's like, oh my God, I do this for a living. What's going on? I said, no, I'm just comfortable. And the teacher gave me an F. And I said, what are you talking about? I said, how did I get an F? She goes, this assignment was to use note cards to make you a better speaker. And I said, if I do not need the training wheels, why are you being upset with me because I pedaled the bike by myself on the first try?
Yeah.
And she just goes, nope, the assignment was for notes. I said, okay. So the next assignment, I said, what's notes? She goes, I want you to write all your notes on one piece of paper. So I brought the one piece of paper up and I talked, and every once in a while I glanced at the piece of paper just so I could get the credit that I needed to, even though I didn't need it. The teacher gives me a C-. She goes, you didn't really need the paper. You didn't follow the assignment. And I said, okay. I said, I want to meet with you and the dean of the college.